Hello everyone. Another day, another Life by You video drop. It can sure keep me busy. I felt that there was more to discuss regarding this Life by You video, and I wanted to take some time to analyze and share some of my thoughts on it. After watching the Life by You playthrough with Rod Humble, I was left with some more questions, which is nothing new at this point. But this time I feel like I am left with some really good questions at the end of it, and I can't wait to share and discuss my observations with you. For those of you new to my channel, my name is Michael and welcome to Sovereign Gaming in Life Sims, the YouTube channel where I build worlds, lots, and share my thoughts on video games in the life simulation gaming space. And today, I am choosing to share my thoughts on the upcoming and exciting Life by You game set to release in March of 2024. This time around, I have decided to take on a different approach with the editing, so feel free to drop a comment below if today's slight change in editing is more your speed. Anyways, let's get into it. In the beginning, Rod Humble shows us that you can have multiple towns and shows us how to randomize the names. To me, this suggests different save files, but I wonder if Life by You humans can travel between the different towns. And do these different towns exist on different worlds, or are they connected? Is this what regions could possibly refer to that we have seen before? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think that I'm all that original asking these questions, as I am sure there are others who have asked this before. But the reason why I am asking these questions is that Rod Humble mentioned that you can import your friends, and this is me likely overthinking things, but I have to wonder what Rod Humble is specifically referring to when he mentions importing. And that's why I am now asking questions and how related different towns are to each other. If I were ever to sit down with Rod Humble and have a conversation, I would actually likely ask for clarification in this moment, as importing can refer to a lot of things. It can refer to downloading someone's town from the workshop. It can mean a whole lot of things, so I would have actually asked for clarification if I was ever having a conversation with him. But another thing is that I would love to learn more about this demographic screen, but as mentioned in the video's text pop-up from the post-production team, they will show us that in the future, and I am very hopeful that they will. Specifically when it comes to those global demographics and editing the demographics, I am curious how much control we'll be given, since I have mentioned in the past that population controls of some kind seem necessary for a video game of this scale. Anyways, let me move on now to something else that I wanted to share with you. The first thing I want to share with you is that I love the cooking system. Actually, I'm not sure how crazy I am about needing to micromanage a fridge and food pantry, but that just might be my personal gameplay style. Hopefully I can just automate it or something. It seems a little tedious to have my game paused every time my Life by You human goes to cook something, and this is easily a case where I would rather have that function than to not have it at all, as this is something that I think can easily be automated, whereas adding in an inventory system for groceries and for food management I suppose would be harder to code in after the release. So I'm very glad to see this more in action, and I don't think I've shown this feature much love in the past, but I'm showing it now and I'm showing that I appreciate it and I think it's just a phenomenal system. It's certainly something that's certainly going to take life simulation gaming's bases, certainly something that's going to take life simulation games to the next generation here. So I'm really glad to see that here. But I just wanted to also share with you guys, and I just wanted to see, like, would anyone else find having to pause to manage your fridge for a meal tedious? Or is that just me? Am I on my own with that kind of a gameplay style? Comment below if you'd like to share whether or not you would find it tedious or if you would find it endearing after a while. At 8:20, when Rod Humble pulled up the career tab, it looked like there were a bunch of repeating job titles, such as intern repeating a couple of times before reaching a developer job. I speculate that this might be the job tree, but I actually asked about this on their YouTube video, and Life by You did respond to me by saying that it, along with the promotion requirements, were placeholder UI elements, and that they would expand upon it in a future video focused on careers, where they will cover all of that and explain it there. Now, if I were to speculate, I would say that unique requirements for promotions would be pretty groundbreaking, in my opinion. In previous Sims games, essentially all we had to do was get our skills up, make some friends, and show up to work, and we were pretty much guaranteed a promotion left and right, and sometimes we didn't even need to do that. Specifically, I'm calling out The Sims 3 here. Having unique requirements or even unique quests would help to add more challenge to the standard job gameplay, on top of it being all interactive. And I would really welcome that, because in my Sims games, sometimes I don't want certain Sims reaching past a certain job level, and I have to make them skip work or call in sick or what have you. I also observed that Tamara had crazy work hours, but we can also adjust the hours of the business as well, so I'm not worried about that. I just think that it was just the settings there, so I'm not worried personally. But if this was the Life by You teens' cry for help, I see you and I hear you. You guys are probably working very hard on the game, so yeah, I just thought I would make a mention there since it was a tech business. I also really wanted to see the tasks for Tamara's job attempted and / or completed. I was a little disappointed in this video that we didn't actually get to see it, but you know, maybe this is just an opportunity for a deep dive in office work culture, and I would like to see that, like a deep dive video that focuses on working in the office, both from an employee perspective and also from a business owner perspective for an office building there, or at least from the boss's perspective. I would like to see two different job roles within that office setting there, is really what I'm trying to get at. I also think that a lot of viewers would be happy to see that the hotel was also bustling and busy. I love to see that, but I have to wonder if the business customers will be diluted by the presence of similar businesses in town, or if there is a game mechanic to help fill up your community lots when it's appropriate to, with the appropriate triggers. I was also thinking that maybe tourists will come to fill in like any kind of gaps, like any kind of traffic gaps based on a certain trigger for a business. Like with Life by You, I find that it's very two-tiered in that in the information they share. And what I mean by that is that the gameplay we are shown in videos really answers questions for players who just want to get into the game and play their Life by You humans from the get-go. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, and I actually think it's a great way to play the game, as not every game needs a lot of games serve as entertainment first before anything else, and having that kind of element of escapism, there's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, I do it too. so I'm definitely not talking down on that, but when I say it's two-tiered in terms of the information they share, I do have to what I mean by that is it always triggers bigger questions from me specifically, such as how a business manages to stay afloat while there's competition in that very same world. That's a big question that I've had, and it's just something that stems from what we see presented in front of us, and just adding a little bit of thought and going a little deeper into it. Sure, that kind of gameplay doesn't appeal to everybody, but it appeals to me, and I figure that because this is my channel and all that jazz, that I can ask the question. Anyways, it has been confirmed to us in the past that there is a level of economics present in Life by You, and you can manage the economics to an extent as far as I'm aware. And I am very curious to see more of that, as well as all of my questions have always tended to take it a step further, or a further step back, for that bigger picture of things. A step that I feel like Life by You will deliver on, and what I am led to believe it will deliver on. Anyways, let's move on. Unfortunately, during the playthrough, Tamara looked like she was stuck by the staircases. I am concerned about the wayfinding of the Life by You characters because there was a lot of clicking involved. However, knowing that this is an early access project that is still in development, I can be very forgiving of this. However, wayfinding and I guess waypointing, I'm not too sure if that is the appropriate term there, has always been a challenge even for Sims games. So this is one, and like I even talk about the Sims 2 because they've also had like wayfinding issues as well. So yeah, Sims 2, which I think is a very clean game and very bug-free, still had its wayfinding points as well. I just go to say this, like wayfinding is super challenging, like we see it with the cars, and I think that we might have seen it here as well with Tamara getting stuck by the staircase. However, this is really the only time that I've personally witnessed like there being a wayfinding problem with our Life by You characters. I could be very wrong with this because I can miss other things as well. But yeah, I'm very forgiving of this, but I would just like to point it out. I would like to see in the future like more actions being queued up so that you can switch to another Life by You human while keeping the other one busy with some actions. Like in this case, I think it was with Quincy, he was always switching back and forth between Tamara and Quincy, and I would have liked to see Rod Humble just queue up a couple of things with Quincy, assume that they get done, and then just kind of focus on Tamara, because I think she was in trouble by the stairs there. Anyways, with Tamara being stuck by the stairs, it meant that we weren't able to view the work tasks that would have been assigned to her for the workday. I essentially want to know, in an office environment, will the characters just be typing away to fill arbitrary projects, or is there something more, like contributing to meetings or such, and like how those tasks kind of vary with the different roles? Like I mentioned before in this video, I think that a deep dive into an office job environment would be something that I would really like to see done, just because it would answer a lot of questions as to what a white collar job would actually look like when playing through it in Life by You. I also wanted to share here that throughout this video, I might have just been not sharing my love for this before, but I really love that the speech bubbles and some of the social media was just kind of popping up with conversations everywhere. It felt like the town was really living, breathing, and experiencing itself and observing and sharing their observations. It really made it look like the human characters were reacting to their environment and, well, from the looks of it, enjoying it in some cases. But yeah, I really liked how it just made it feel like a real live place. I also loved watching the bar get flooded with people during nighttime, even though it was a Sunday night. Perhaps the town is full of Life by You humans who love alcohol, and when the clock strikes 5, they flood the only bar in town. Maybe that's the story there, who knows, but they were just giving that bar all the business it needed. Anyways, I also wanted to move on and share that I really like that the crafting and trove systems exist within Life by You. I am holding back on my opinion on that one, since I want to genuinely learn more before adding my own take on it. I'm not even too sure like what creatively I would like to see with a trove and crafting system. I would just like to say, like with that at this time, I am curious if the troves will behave similarly to what we know of in The Sims 3. I felt like The Sims 3 had a very decent gathering system in of itself, and it kind of kept things, it offered a whole new avenue of gameplay for players, and that avenue was explored, and I'm very, very curious to see it reappear here in Life by You. And yes, I know, Life by You is not produced by EA here, but I can't help but make that comparison. And I feel like it's an avenue of gameplay that was never really fully explored in The Sims 3. Like I felt like there was still more potential to be tapped into for The Sims 3, but also I think it could have been gameplay that would have really highlighted someone's experience of playing that franchise. And I'm curious to see where they take it with Life by You, because it seems like this crafting system is really where that potential lies, and I'm excited for that upcoming video as well. At this time, I want to hear what you have to think about the latest Life by You video. Was there anything in the latest Rod Humble playthrough that stood out to you? Do you feel more invested in Life by You at this time, or do you need more information still? What specifically would you like to know more about Life by You, and do you think that a video focused on office job roles and tasks would be something that you would like to see? Or maybe there's another job that you would like to see played through more in depth. Anyways, Comment below with your thoughts. I would love to get you involved with the conversation. I love seeing what you guys have to think. And you know me, I read comments all the time and I take the time to respond because I genuinely enjoy them. So feel free to flood me with comments. I really don't mind. Anyways, until next time, I just want to thank you for watching. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, then feel free to like this video and consider subscribing to the Sovereign Gaming and Life Sims YouTube channel if you haven't already. Anyways, I want to thank you again for watching, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.